What's up, everybody? The biggest announcement of my channel coming at you right now. Stick around and check out my massive announcement that I am so excited to share with you. What's going on, everybody? I am so excited. I have a really big announcement. I have something I am super excited to share with everybody in just a second. First, there are two things that I wanted to do and I wanted to talk with everybody about. First thing, I had this observation yesterday, and on the observation, I'm like, wait, what? And it was one of those things where I'm like, I have to talk about this. So before I show you some of my recent pickups and talk to you about this announcement that I'm really excited about, I just had to throw this out there. So I'm literally scrolling through my YouTube feed. Now, I'm, like most of us, I am subscribed to a whole bunch of YouTube channels. And I'm scrolling and like the second video is Jab's Family. Now, Jab's Family, a lot of us know or watch Jab's Family. Some of us don't. It's a special channel for me because the first ever YouTube video I saw on cards was Jab's Family a few years ago at the National, and him going through the National, showing his pickups. And so I've always had sort of a thing where I really admire and appreciate his channel for that. I also like the fact that he's a teacher. I've had a few interactions with him, online, and they've always been positive. And I know there are people who have, mixed feelings on his channel. I have no negative things to say. I appreciate what he has. But the point of my observation is when I was going through and scrolling through and I see the Jab's Family thumbnail, it talks about how he opened a few boxes of cards. I think they were Panini something. And he got 2 1-of-1s. He opened like a couple, little boxes, and he got 2 1-of-1s. 2. And I'm like, I thought 1-of-1s were supposed to be like super rare. And then the next thing I went to, and again, Jab's Family has like almost 150,000 subscribers. The next video as I scrolled down was PacMan. PacMan Cards is another huge channel. He's got like 250,000 subscribers. And as I'm looking at it, he got a 1-of-1. And I'm like, this is 2 videos back to back. Now, I'm not suggesting anything about loaded cases or loaded boxes. The point I want to make is newer collectors, 1-of-1s are not as big a deal as they used to be. They used to be a fairly big deal. They're not that uncommon anymore. And the fact that I could see 2 videos in a row where between these 2 guys, they just opened a few packs and got 3 1-of-1s kind of points that out. Now, originally when some of the manufacturers started doing numbered cards, I think that was a really smart move. I think parallels made sense. I think numbered cards made sense. But the number of 1-of-1s, the number of out of 5s and out of 10s and out of 20s and out of 25s has gotten so out of control. It's getting to the point that it doesn't mean anything anymore. I just felt the need to kind of just throw that out there because we need to keep things in perspective. Now, for me, again, I like modern cards, but most of my collection is going to be older stuff. I have some recent pickups and I wanted to show you them. And there's a couple of main reasons I wanted to show you my recent pickups. One of the main reasons I wanted to show you my recent pickups is because, again, I'm not just a baseball card collector, though I have baseball cards in my recent pickups. Some of them are even junk wax era. But I also collect basketball cards and I also collect football cards. So let me flip this around for a second. Let me show you some of my recent pickups. Show you some of the stuff that I've been buying. And then please stick around. Big announcement. Super excited. I really want you to check it out.
All right, so let's get right after it. So, recent pickups. 1984 Topps Don Mattingly. I wanted this card so badly as a kid and picked it up for $10 the other day. Now I got a Wilt Chamberlain. Now this is the last Wilt Chamberlain base card, and I was 25. How about this highlight card with Chamberlain and Kareem? $10 on that one. It's really cool. Championship game with Kareem on there. I think I paid $8 for this. I do like vintage basketball a lot. Here's another All-Star Kareem card. Love that one. Even got the skyhook going. I think that one was another $10. It's got this 1950 Casey Stengel, Hall of Famer. Top right corner's seen better days, but when it comes to the 50 and 51 Bowmans, I don't really care too much about the condition. I just want to have them. This one's in a 3. Paid about $30 for that. The last Gale Sayers I needed for my Gale Sayers run. I now have every Gale Sayers card in his base run. This one's a 6. The 69 Topps, which is kind of the famous one because it's the same year as the Brian Piccolo card. And I don't know how this only got a 6. It looks like about an 8 to me. Last but not least, another vintage football card, the 58 Bart Starr. So this is a second-year Bart Starr. This thing was a 5.5. I mean, really well-centered, good color. Corners are decent. Now, the back was scratched. There's a little bit of a thing there where you could rub it and see an image, but a really nice-looking 5.5 for about $150 on that one.
All right, so again, not just a baseball card collector, not just a vintage baseball card collector. I still really like picking up cards from my childhood. And Don Mattingly was the guy when I started collecting cards in 87, 88. You know, obviously McGuire and Canseco were huge, but Mattingly was sort of the established guy. So picking up that card after all these years, it was pretty cool. And again, I'm always picking up cards like, you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar cards, Wilt Chamberlain cards, you know, in addition to all-time football greats like Gale Sayers and, you know, Bart Starr. And then again, that 1950 and 51 Bowman set. Man, I just love them so much. Whenever there's one that I don't have and it's in a decent price point, I'm going to pick it up. So what is the big announcement? For me, this is a big announcement. I am super jazzed. So first off, this upcoming weekend, we have Hobbypalooza, right? Hobbypalooza is coming up this weekend, which is a big event for us that are in the sports card industry and watching YouTube. Bench Clear Media is doing their Hobbypalooza again this weekend. And what I'm super excited to announce is that on Sunday, this Sunday for Hobbypalooza, I'm going to be hosting 1 hour of the live stream. Now, I've never hosted a live stream. So I need you guys to come and show up and participate. I need you there. I try really hard not to ask anything from all of you, but I need your support for this. All right? Noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, this Sunday, 1 hour. Now, it's not just going to be me. Now, this is the first time I've done a live stream, which means you can interact with me. You can post things in the chat. I'm going to be the host. I'm going to be moderating, but I also am going to have some guests. You can ask questions of me. you can ask questions of my guests. But I am super excited because remember, the whole point of this YouTube thing for me was to connect with people, to interact with people, to share ideas with people. And this is the first time we can do it live. So, my guests. First, from a collector's dream, Orlando. Everybody knows Orlando. Orlando, I had to have Orlando as a part of my first live stream because Orlando is such a passionate card collector. He is so involved in the card collecting community, and he's such a nice guy. And I'm really excited to talk to him about his collection. Now, his collection does focus mostly on baseball, but it also goes into other sports like football as well. He does like vintage football. So primarily a baseball card collector, vintage baseball card collector, but also some other stuff as well. I'm super excited to talk to Orlando. A big guest for me. Since I started watching YouTube for cards, the guy, the channel that I admire the most and look up to the most is Breakout Cards. Breakout Cards with the best name in card collecting, Ryan Nolan, not Nolan Ryan, Ryan Nolan, wrote a book on spotting fakes, is a vintage card expert. He collects everything from boxing cards to cricket cards to music cards to vintage baseball cards. Is going to be one of the people on the panel with me. I am so excited to interact with Ryan. And if you have not checked out his channel, if you're not a subscriber of his channel, you have to subscribe to his channel. He will be on the live stream. And I might have one more guest. I'm still waiting on a final word on that. But again, Sunday, I need your support. I need you there, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, on the Bench Clear Media Hobbypalooza. I'll see you there.